Hello, my dear students. I'm Dr. Prajna Mattihalli, who is working in Government First Grade College, Dharwad. I have already dealt with many aspects of entrepreneurship. Today, we are interested in knowing what are the factors which influence the entrepreneurship. In my earlier videos, I have already dealt with the meaning of entrepreneur, his functions, and also the characteristics, what is entrepreneurship, and what are the functions of an entrepreneur, and importantly, role of entrepreneurship in economic development. And today we are going to know about the factors. What are the factors affecting on it? So broadly, these factors are being classified into four, that is economic factors, social factors, and psychological factors. Along with that, another one is government actions. What the actions government has taken in this respect. Come, friends, let us understand one after the other. First, let us go with the economic factors. As you know very well, this is the thing which affects the financial aspect. For example, capital. As you know very well, entrepreneur needs essentially capital for his business. So, finance is the lifeblood of the organization. It is just like the backbone. Without the money, he cannot start. He cannot just start his business or whatever the thing he wants to do. For each and every step, he is in need of finance. It should be provided either by himself or by the borrowed fund, like bankers, financial institutions should give the loan. Sometimes he has to borrow it from his known circle. So whenever there is the regular supply of capital for his business, it is just like the lubricant to the engine, just like the fuel for the vehicle. So it runs fast and also it reaches its destiny. In the same way, capital is the essential factor which determines whether the entrepreneurship is motivated or not. As far as the labor is concerned, some of the organizations may require skilled labor, and some organizations may be in need of labor who are physically fit. So, the regular supply of labor is essential. Labor should be supplied both quantitatively and qualitatively. How many labors you want, and what type of labor the entrepreneur is in require, whether he requires any labor who knows the technology or who knows some skill, what quality of labor is essential for the business. So if the supply of labor is regular and sufficient, then the entrepreneurship is motivated or it is enriched. Otherwise, it suffers from the problems of labor. In the same way, another essential thing for the organization or for any startups is raw material. Raw material should also be supplied in right quantity and in right quality. So when he needs the raw material, in what quantity it should be supplied to him, he cannot store large quantity of raw materials, because for that he has to invest the money. That means the capital will be invested idly. It should not be the case. Therefore, required quantity of the raw materials should be supplied regularly. Then only production goes on. and without interruptions it can be undertaken. Therefore, supply of raw material is also very essential. And also, one more important aspect is the market. It should be nearby, it should be widened, it should be of less competition, and the demands, needs of the market can be understood by the entrepreneur, so he can understand the consumer behavior, what type of need they are having, what is their requirement. According to that, he goes on with his production. Therefore, economic factors are capital, labor, raw material, and market are very, very, very determinated. That is, it is very, very, very essential things on which he has to focus. And next comes the social factors. What are the social factors? Social conditions, social mobility, marginality, and security are the four essential aspects of the social factors. What happens in case of social conditions? Every entrepreneur has to think of the social condition in which he lives. What type of social system he is in, is his place, in his locality. So, if the social condition is favorable to the entrepreneurship, if it is motivating, if it is proactive for the sake of entrepreneurship, then it goes without any difficulty. Otherwise, there will be hurdles, there will be agitation, there will be negative environment for the entrepreneur. In the same way, social mobility is concerned with the movements of people from one place to another. For example, in few places, people do not get job, their agriculture will be hardened because of lack of water or rain or irrigation. In such a situation, they move towards the towns in need of the wage or labor. They just move towards the towns. In few cases, the people will move from town to the villages, if because of the um, problems of pollution, if they are affected, and the trend will be moving towards the rural area for good environment, that is natural environment. But usually people will be in need of job, and for the sake of the bread winning activities, just they move towards the towns or cosmopolitan cities. In such a situation, if you start your startups in rural area, you may not be get either market or labor. So you have to think of the social factors, how they are working. In the same way, marginality, there are so many communities which have the marginal attention of the society. So they cannot be motivated without the government facilities. So in such a situation, we have to think of the situation in which the entrepreneur is living. Security means entrepreneur should feel that his entrepreneurship or his an enterprise has security in the society. That means without any hurdles or problems, he can move in anywhere, or he can engage the activities without any fear. Then it is called as secured. So security is also one social aspect. In the same ways, there are so many psychological factors which affect on the development of entrepreneurship. For example, need achievement. That means the entrepreneur should have the need of achieving something of his own. If everyone thinks of the government jobs which have got security, then the need of achievement will not be arised. So the society should motivate this kind of attitude, out of which the entrepreneurship grows. Therefore, it is finally what is there in the mindset of the entrepreneur. whether he wants to achieve something, then only he goes with his goal and he starts his own business. In the same way, withdrawal of status respect. In few societies, the respect will be given only to the person who earns highest salary, who has got secure job. In such a situation, that kind of respect will not be there, and there will be withdrawal of self respect, and entrepreneurs will not confront, they will be discouraged because of this withdrawal status. Passion is a very important thing. Unless you have passion, you cannot be motivated by yourself, you cannot go further, you cannot undertake a task. So passion is the must. If you have got strong desire of doing something, then only the task can be undertaken. So always it is better to have a strong passion of doing own job, own activity, then we can start with the entrepreneurship. In the same way, there should be motivation from within and also from external aspect. That means the self motivation is also required, and there should be motivation from the society, from the system. Even the government and other undertakings should give the training, they should give subsidies, and they should give some scope of marketing the goods which are produced by the entrepreneur. Such kind of motivation will definitely raise the need achievement and the ethical value of the entrepreneur. So these are all called as psychological factors. In the same way, government has to take many actions to motivate or to encourage the entrepreneurship. Here it includes human resource development. A human being becomes a resource when he is producing a lot, when he is capable of earning a lot, so when he is useful to the society or the economy. So he should be converted as the resource. For this, again, government has to take some actions of training programs, motivational workshops, and also awareness programs, which will lead to entrepreneurs group. In the same way, there should be natural resource development. Natural resource includes water, solar energy, and also eco balance. All such kind should be encouraged by the government with many actions, so that if there is a green environment, if there is a pollution free environment, if there is some natural resource developed status, then entrepreneurship can be undertaken with more just and zeal. In the same way, laws and regulations, rules are very important. They should be in proactive manner, and if they are favoring to the entrepreneurship, then only entrepreneur undertakes his task. So all the laws, regulations, and procedures should motivate the entrepreneurship. In the same way, there are some basic utilities and services. For example, infrastructural development is very essential, whether it is a transportation facility or communication facility or technology advancement or the provision of resources. All such kind of things will definitely motivate the entrepreneurship. So government has to take many actions, then only entrepreneurship will be encouraged. Otherwise, if government is not interested, if it is not taking any proactive actions, then automatically entrepreneurship will be discouraged. So my dear friends, hereby we are getting an end for my presentation, and I would like to tell you one thing, that this is very interesting aspect. So entrepreneurship has to be understood in many aspects, and in my coming videos also I'm going to discuss with many interesting topics like types of entrepreneurs and how they are being classified, and also what are the competencies to become an entrepreneur. So, I need your feedback, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for patience here.